INT Broly. Now, I think this is a unit where I would say he survived the power creep, no? Because he came out on Saiyan Day of 2021 during the God Event meta, and I think he performed alright in the God Event meta. But he really shined when he inched his way into the Red Zone meta, right? Because a whole lot of units from 2021 were not working in the red zone, right? For example, AGL Trunks, yes? He was not working in the red zone whatsoever. So we have INT Broly who will come along, and I think the main reason this INT Broly is able to work well is because he's an extreme class unit that has damage reduction. Because, as you guys know, the first red zone stages were GT bosses and movie bosses. So this guy, being an extreme class ally, right, would be able to go in there and it wouldn't take him as much defense to tank those hits because you guys got to remember superclass enemies need more, oh, excuse me, superclass allies need more defense to tank extreme class enemies attacks. And the same goes vice versa for extreme class enemies for no extreme class allies for super class enemies. It's the same thing, it's vice versa. So INT Broly going up against another extreme class enemy, this guy can work well because he doesn't need as much defense to tank anyways, right? Which is why this guy was going up so well against Broly, because he doesn't need as much defense to tank Broly's supers. And guess what? Broly is a pure Saiyan enemy, so he gains additional damage reduction anyways, right? Plus crit chance too. But that the crit chance doesn't matter. The main thing is the damage reduction. He has 36% damage reduction on top of his defense against Broly. So he could take his normals and he could take a red zone Broly super attack. That's out of this world. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Dev back with another one of these Dokkan battle videos. Today we're gonna talk about INT Broly. So INT Broly came out for both versions on Saiyan Day of 2021, and I felt as if though he was a good release. Yes, this is a card that was exactly needed in game, and I still feel as if though we really need a super mega top tier Broly card. So we bring up like Berserker, right? I'm pretty sure we have damn near every Broly on Berserker. Yeah. It's like, what Broly cards are like super amazing right now? It's like probably the best Broly we have is physical Dragon Ball Super Broly. Yeah, like this guy. This guy's the best Broly we got right now because clearly this physical legendary Super Saiyan Broly right here, the old school one, is too old. This STR Broly, the OG STR Broly I did like a video on a couple of days ago, it's like too old. What's another Broly? It's like Super Saiyan 3 Broly's complete horse shit. I'm just gonna say it outright. He's not good. It's like this Rockford Broly is trash. It's like STR Broly is okay, and then Tech Broly's like all right. It's like his defense is not really that great. He's just glass cannony, and then STR Broly's just okay, right? So it's like we don't really have a super just mega top tier Broly like I just said. All we really have in terms of like a good Broly right now, like a good slash okay Broly, is like this physical Dragon Ball Super Broly, but that's it. Like we really like need a super crazy Broly. Like, guys, in the first Broly movie, how many like guys like he wasn't 1v5ing the Z fighters. No, what? Literally, you saw him bobbing and weaving. Was that the first or second movie? I haven't seen the Broly movie in years. I think it was the first movie, if my memory serves me correct. But guys, Broly is literally like this, and he is weaving. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch the Broly movie today. I know someone's gonna probably correct me down below if it's the first or second one. Either of those Broly movies, he was bobbing and weaving everyone's attacks. He 1v5 the Z fighters. Why does he not have guard? Why does he not have guard? Damage reduction, see super attacks. He can for sure as hell see super attacks, no? Yeah? Guys, he walks through Goku's Kamehameha. Broly, bro, Broly is a menace in the movies. Oh, yo, I'm watching the Bully movie today. Yo, I'm gonna be like, damn, that probably was such and such in the movie. Cause, huh? Broly walking through a Kamehameha could be a super attack notification. No? Bandai, I'm creating cards for you. Okay, let's talk about how INT Broly performed during the meta that came out during, which is the God event meta. I think this guy could perform all right inside the God event. The only thing is that he has to take a couple of turns to stack. I can't speak. he needs to take a couple of turns to stack. It's like once he gets to like turn 5, turn 7, this guy's defense will look relatively all right. Yeah. So his attack stat won't be the craziest, but his defense will look all right. And defense is what we needed back inside 2020, anyways. So yes, this guy was good for the God of It meta. Yeah. 1 second, guys. My bad. So what I mainly want to talk about with this guy is the fact that he went from performing all right inside the God event to being a runnable option for the red zone. He creeped his way, like he slithered his way into another meta. That is just not many units can say they can do that, right? Huh? An example is Tech Ultimate Gohan. He's a 2020 unit, and people are using him today to beat Red Zone Cell Max. What? That is. Excuse me? Wow, it's crazy. It's honestly really, really crazy, no? Yeah, that's wow. Okay, so if he's working well in the God Event meta, even though he only has 18% damage reduction practically, because this is particularly all he has for the God Event, yeah? It's just his 3 key, 180% attack and defense at the start of turn, 18% damage reduction and crit chance, and he has additional super attack chance. Because the rest of this passive right here is just completely dead, right? Because you have to go up against a pure or hybrid sans category enemy to activate this part of his passive. So Broly really only has 2 parts of his passive. One when you're going up against a pure hybrid sans category enemy, and one just for his, his start of turn effect. Yeah, that's I mean, that's good. Sure, that's good. So, I mean, what makes him so good for the red zone is particularly because starting out, it's like he starts out with damage reduction and defense. Although his defense could look a little low, it takes this guy just a couple of turns to build it up so he could look quite impressive anyways, right? So for the God event, he could perform all right. And for the red zone, he can do well. He can do well. Yeah, he does well. So, how would this guy look in today's meta? I mean, today's meta is still red zone meta. I mean, technically the 8th year anniversary is out, but we didn't get any difficult content on release. No, like we didn't. I did it yesterday. I was like farming stuff on 8th year anniversary. It's like there's no new difficult content, so I guess we're still in red zone. So to answer that question, I'll say he performed well in the red zone. This guy, let's go and bring up red zone fights. I haven't brought that up in a while. This guy, if this guy is working in Broly, this guy's good. This guy's good for shit, sure. I think the reason why people were bringing him for like these first two the movie bosses and GT bosses red zone stages, we'll bring up every single one of them. We'll even bring up the Red Ribbon Army ones just cuz, right? Because it's relevant. It's definitely relevant. He can also Cell Max. Cell Max is a little weird, okay? It's definitely a little weird because he can die in Cell Max. That's a fact. He can definitely die in Cell Max. So I think that INT Broly, right? In every single one of these stages, maybe besides Super 17, because Super 17 can knock his socks off. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's like this guy right here, this Hellfighter 17, can really scorch in Broly's ass. But I feel like all the other stages, in Broly could work from like, he can work in stage 1, 2, 3. 4 can be a little weird. It's like you have to build them up. But yeah, 4 and 6 and 7, especially inside Shadow Dragons, because this is a long build-up stage. So, I mean, this guy can definitely work in Shadow Dragons, yeah, because he's stacking all throughout the event. It's like by the time he gets to, like, what, Oceanus, his defense is pretty much, he's in the clear from here on out, yeah? I think aside Sin, I think he's a little weird in Sin, though. Yeah, I feel like in Sin, and I feel like in Super 17, and Broly's definitely, he can get caught. He can get caught and clapped real easily because these fights are like literally short fights, and it won't give him enough time to build up, right? Because he's a stacking unit. Now let me go over to movie bosses, right? Where can you work in movie bosses? Turles for shit, sure, because he gets his damage reduction. Lord Slug is, I mean, Lord Slug is not that hard, so you can definitely make him work in Lord Slug. He's pretty piss easy. Cooler, I mean, Cooler could definitely get you up out of here, but it's like he's the countdown super, and guess who's on movie bosses with INT Broly? Guys. Do we want to take a nice stark guess? It's this guy. Big Daddy is on movie bosses, so Big Daddy is gonna clear house that physical cooler, yeah? So he can work in the first 3 stages for sure. Android 13 is definitely where difficulty starts to ramp up. So I mean, for Android 13, it's like he is the first boss that starts to cancel dodge, but this guy doesn't really rely on dodge. But I think that he can work inside Android 13 for sure, for sure. Bojack is definitely another weird stage because he can get killed by what's his name? Beto. Beto could kill his ass with a super attack. So Bojack, you got to be wary when running him in there. Janemba can work too because this fat Janemba does have a lot of health, yeah. And when you do get to this inch Janemba, he does hit quite hard. And if he goes into this physical Janemba, you better hope you stack this guy up a lot because he could definitely take a lot of damage from a super attack from this guy, yeah. It can almost kill you if you take a super attack from him. It could either almost kill you or it can even blow you off the map. Yeah, I think that the only really sketchy stages to bring this guy in for movie bosses is just probably Bojack and Janemba. Probably, yeah. It's like if you take your time to stack with this guy inside the tech phase for Janemba, he can work. And if you take your time to like stack for the Bojack stage, when going up against these 4, you can definitely get the job done, yeah? It's just a little wary when you're running up against these 2 stages, right? And for Broly, he works really well. Yeah, he smokes Broly. Why? Because he gets up to 36% damage reduction, he's going to be stacking throughout the entire fight. Yeah, he works quite well in Broly, and that is the big thing about him, is that he works so well in there. Wicked Bloodline, where can he work in Wicked Bloodline? Frieza stage can definitely get him hurt because this physical AoE Frieza is a little bit annoying when it comes to building up. I would definitely say so. He has caught me quite a few times when I was running my INT Goku. This guy is very annoying, yeah. Let's go on over to Cooler. This Cooler, like this AGL Cooler right here is nothing. He is not easy. He can definitely, he'll get you up out of here. That's another unit. This is level 2 stage of, or stage 2. This stage 2 of the, what is it, the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone. Oh, I don't think Broly's working in here because this AGL Cooler hits so goddamn hard. Again, because it's a short burst fight. Oh, Mecha Frieza and King Cold are piss easy, by the way. Yeah, this fight is free as hell. So I think that Broly could work in here. Metal Cooler, no. I think that is Cyclopean or Cyclopean. Cyclopean or Cyclopean? It's like Cyclopean, I think. Yeah, Cyclopean guard. I mean, he'll get him up out of here. I mean, he's physical. He's in. You catch him on that turn. I don't think he's working. It's just like short fights, short red zone fights. I think that Broly is just not really gonna work. It's like he works well in fights that take a while to build up, right? Obviously, because he's a stacking unit. And Metal Cooler Core, you're fucking out of your mind if you bring in Metal Cooler Core. So like, no. Mecha Frieza King Cold's piss easy. So yes. And Cooler's a no. So it's like 3 out of the 5 Wicked Bloodline Red Zone stages are a bit of a no-go. Yeah. How about the Red Ribbon Army? We gotta start talking about these, right? Because these are fights. Gamma 1 and 2 is a hell no. Like, this stage, is this the hardest super class Red Zone stage in the game? This is, I mean, it wasn't that hard when I first ran it, but I feel as if though if you bring like a unit like this in there, he's getting folded. Because he needs more defense to tank these super class enemies' attacks, right? Don't bring in Broly in here. In Broly's getting shut down. He ain't gonna have enough time to stack. That's truth. That is truth. And I think Red Zone Cell Max is, I've never tried him in here, but I don't know how he will work. And the thing about Red Zone Cell Max is that he's like Hellas. He's like Hellas from the God event. Let me go and bring up Hellas from the God event, where he like changes his typings, right? Yeah, because look, Hellas back in 2021 was changing her typings as she went on, and Red Zone Cell Max literally does the same thing, right? Because goes from AGL to Tech to Int, and then we go over to Hellas in the God event. She's AGL, Tech, and it's the same thing, right? I think that's a cool design. No, I don't have a problem with that. I don't know about Red Zone Cell Max, about this guy running him in there, because I've never tried him in there. I think Red Zone Cell though could work for sure. I think Red Zone Cell could definitely work. Yeah, he could work in Red Zone Cell, yeah. 16, 17, and 18. I found that this stage can be a little annoying. This could be a very annoying stage because is it me or do I feel like 16 to supers every turn? I don't know. Super touch, I mean, excuse me, I said super. If 16 touches Broly, I don't know. That could probably hurt. I gotta try out Broly in some of these stages, because typically after I do these recordings, I go ahead and try out the units inside the whatever content that Cell is gonna try out in, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try them out in Cell Max. I'm gonna try them out inside 16, 17, 18. Yeah. 19 and Jiro, I don't really know about that because, I mean, 19 could definitely smoke you. And then Red Ribbon Army, for sure he can work in here, right? Because this is piss easy. 19 and Jiro are, oh, they got a moderate difficulty. 16, 17, 18 just feel a little harder than they should be. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I just got smoked the first time around because I felt like they hit a little too hard, right? So, yeah, I think in most red zone stages, this probably can work. No? This probably can work in most red zone stages. I mean, this guy's value in the red zone is quite high, yeah, for sure, because he's on LR Final Form Cooler's team and he can definitely get the job done, yeah, with that stacking. So, what is, wait, hold on, before I do that, how many 200% leader skills is he on? He's probably on none. Yeah, movie bosses, he's not transformation boost. Pure Saiyans, he's not space traveling warriors. Full power has nothing. Wait a minute, full power does have something. Full power does, but I'm pretty sure it's just crossover, right? No, it's Dragon Ball heroes, and clearly Broly is not a Dragon Ball hero, right? I mean, clearly, yeah. Target Goku's a no. Exploding Rage, I mean, he's not on Dragon Ball Seekers or Bond of Friendship. I'm pretty sure that's the path of power Goku's 200% leader skill, but he's definitely not on there. Inhuman Deeds a no. Planetary Destruction's a no. Legendary Existence is a no. And Power Beyond Super Saiyan, he does not do the Kamehameha. Clearly, he just does a gigantic meteor. So, what is good about this Broly? I think what's good about this Broly is the fact that he was able to survive the power creep from the God event meta going into the red zone slash 200% leader skill meta, because he was able to just have a powerful ability, that being having two separate procs of damage reduction in his passive, 18% here and 18% over here, right? And one of, or if not the toughest fight in the game back in 2022, well, early 2022, when Red Zone was at its peak, was definitely Red Zone Broly, right? I mean, Red Zone is not at its peak right now because we pretty much have units that can completely eviscerate the Red Zone, right? But the point is that when Red Zone was at its peak, INT Broly was going up against the toughest boss in the game, that being Red Zone Broly. So if he has 36% damage reduction and he has he has a bunch of stacked up defense, this guy is working relatively well, right? He can work really well in there, yeah. So, of course, that's the first thing about him, is the fact that he was able to survive power creep. Another thing that's good about him is the fact that he has, I mean, he has built-in crits and damage reduction. I did want to say that, but another good thing is that he can also stack. He stacks on top of his damage reduction. He has damage reduction and defense, yes, with built-in crits and ki. Yeah, so because he starts out with ki, he has a built-in damage reduction and crits with super attack chance. So he pretty much has everything in like the potential system, right? Technically, because he has crits and super attack chance in his passive, and he is an int unit, so he has free 5 dodge. So he can do almost particularly everything, right? And this restriction, where you're going to get to pure Hyper Saiyan's category enemy to gain that additional ki, super attack chance, and damage reduction, along with crit, is very easy to get off, right? So this guy can have a 36% chance to crit, along with 36% damage reduction, with 6 ki, 180% attack and defense, and he can super up to 4 times, because he gains another additional super attack chance right over here when you're going up against a pure Hyper Saiyan's category enemy anyways, right? So this guy can do his super attack. He can do another super attack from his passive, and he has another separate proc for another super attack right here, and then he can do his potential system super, so he can quadruple super attack. So he can stack 4 times. Broly's nasty. Broly's nasty. It's pretty good. And throughout those 4 super attacks, he has a 36% chance to crit. Anyways, guys, Broly is good. Yeah, Broly is definitely a good unit for sure. So what is bad about this Broly? I think the first thing I want to get out the way is the fact that he stacks really, really slowly. He starts out with, his defense is not really that high when he starts out stacking, but as he like builds it up, he can look much more better. But the thing is that he stacks really slow. If you are not getting those additional supers within the earlier turns, this guy, he can get touched for sure, right? I think another thing about this Broly is the fact that he probably has one of the worst active skill conditions in the game, that being him having to super 4 more times. Now over the years, I mean, this condition has probably gotten a bit better because they're getting more units, more of these additional super attack chances in our passive. Like this guy, if you're lucky, he can get this on turn 3. Yeah, because he can do a quadruple super attack provided you have additional inside the potential system. Yeah, because he does a super attack and then gets his 2 separate super attack chances inside his passive, and then he does it from a potential system. So he can get it on turn 1 technically, but that's not common at all. Yeah, so I mean, I felt as if though this guy's active skill condition is just very inconsistent. Yeah, it's very inconsistent. So it's like his defensive sacking is way too slow, and his active skill condition is a bit inconsistent. Yes, I really like that he has the same lineage and prepare for battle. That's good. That is really good. What is his best link partners? Tech Broly. Tech Broly could use easy A. No, for sure. I mean, why not? We really don't have top tier Broly cards. Yeah. And get ready for the next video, guys, because I am going to be talking about cell units. Yeah, I'm going to give my criticism on these cell units. But yeah, I think that's really about it. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.